Lawless with AcuTab Publications, and we have Sierra Hull with us in the studio today. It's really a treat, and Sierra, I'm sure the first thing people think about when they see you play is, how did you learn to play the mandolin this well at such a young age? How old are you now?
I'm 16.
It's really stunning to think that you play with such a mature technique and so much passion for the music. Even at 16, you must have been playing a pretty good while.
Yeah, I started when I was 8 years old, so I'm playing a little over 8 years now. When I was little, I remember crying to my dad and telling him, I ran up to him, and he's like, "What's wrong, Sierra?" And I'm like, "I'm never gonna be able to make 4-finger G chords." I was just so upset and frustrated. And he's like, "Oh no, you will. You'll just get a little bit bigger. You'll get there." And so I can do it now, but I almost don't even choose to in certain ways. Like if I'm playing, I might do it if I'm in B. Some stuff I think just really calls for that kind of, really driving kind of chop, to where you want to really, throw it out there real kind of mushy and hard. And if you're playing something pretty, you wouldn't just want to go, it would sound really messy. So a lot of times if something's just real pretty, I will just play just a regular chop, because you don't want to crowd the vocals.
When you would start working in the key of C, have you got positions in your mind or places on the fingerboard that you're going to use as your little anchors and road maps? Kind
of. Generally, when I think of C, and I think everybody to a certain degree has their certain positions they'll think of, when they play. And I don't always think in terms of licks, but I do kind of think on terms of where stuff's at, as far as, I know these particular notes will work when I'm playing in C. I wouldn't want to just be playing anything over this chord, And a lot of times I tend to think on terms of, that kind of, and then I know I have those kind of notes in the C chord down here that I can play out of. And I'm actually playing with my first finger on the 2nd fret, using the inside strings, more or less, of the D and the A. So 2nd fret of the D string and 2nd fret of the A string, and letting my E string ring open. And so it goes. And by doing that, I'm able to get that real choppy sound just by, I use my pinky sort of in my ring finger to mute the strings as I strum. It's just a real strummy thing. Like that, sort of. And the reason I do that is, again, to kind of get one of those little slide backs that you really don't have to do, and you really don't want to even hear it. It would sound funny if you just went. You don't want to hear an actual note come out. You just want to hear the emotion of the backslide, sort of. So, that was nice. So a lot of times I'll do it, and I'll hold the 2nd fret down with my first finger on the A string, but very subtle. I almost don't even want to hear it. I just want to barely hear the note.
Well, Sierra, thanks so much for spending the time with us. I think people can learn a ton from your songs and the way you look at music, and just thanks for doing it.
Hey, thanks for having me. This has been a real treat, a lot of fun for me.